the one who stabbed me, he gets shot by somebody else, some other beef he had, and lose from his knee on down.
Oh man.
But let me tell you what's crazy. So I'm going to the hospital, charity hospital, to get a checkup on, because I had staples in me. I had like 24 staples, altogether 30-something staples going down my stomach.
After you got stabbed.
Right, because my lung collapsed. So, yeah, so
you was going for a checkup, and you ran into him?
Yes. I come out the room, and it's a hallway. When I come out the room, he in a wheelchair, his mother standing next to me, and there's a man right here.
What's the odds of that?
Yeah, now I'm thinking I just walk up and slap him, right?
Just on the positive side, like coming up, is there like a special moment, or are there any experiences, man, that you had with Slim and Bird, man, that you still cherish or think about to this day?
Well, I don't cherish it, but the moments I had with gangster stuff, getting money and putting gangster action in the streets. So that, no. I just think about, I was happy that I had met two older brothers, but they taught me gangster lifestyle.
What you break that down?
One of my first moves, baby come got me. I got in the car, I was excited. I jumped in the front seat. I got a gun in the back of my head now. Whoa, what's going on? So one lesson he taught me: don't never just jump in the front seat when you got somebody in the back seat. You don't know this person right here to take your life. So a lot of my experience with them was stuff from the game. It wasn't never like, come here, listen, I want you to do good. I want you to go be a lawyer, girl. Nah. So, no, bro. But I would say this though. I just look back, I smile, and I just be happy that they from the hood, where I'm from, stayed in the same house I stayed in, and successful. Touched almost sold 1 billion records. Multi-millionaires, man. So it'll make me look at like, well, when I talk to these youngsters with my nonprofit, man, these guys come from where y'all come from. Got it how y'all got it. Come up how y'all come up. And they made it so it's possible for you too. So I could play off their success to my at-risk youth.
Nah, I feel that, man. You talk a lot about Bird, man, but Slim, it's like he the silent one. But I've heard Birdman talk about how he wished he was more like him, like he's a real deal big brother and leader and like the brains. Like, what can you say about him, man, and your relationship with Slim?
Loyal, real, a gangster. Changed his life. He's on focus on positive, and he got cash money. The captain of the ship. We're gonna sell this thing. It's like this here. He don't get caught up in all the bull crap. That's why you never hear me talk too much about him or say so. Cause certain things, it's like, don't forget I was a gangster at one time. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Certain things don't even speak on it. Yeah. So I still keep that respect. I'm always honor and respect that with Slim. Birdman might toy around with him a little bit. For some reason, I just feel like I could beat him. I might be wrong, but with Stutter, I'm a until it's one of those situations where he got to be like, hey yo man, I'm the big bro. Don't you let your girls shake. I'm like, hey man, all right, my bad. Slim, I'm not going to much test that at all. I'm not going to go around that height of water. That I don't want to trade that water. Period.
And that what's interesting, he's the quiet one.
Yeah.
And Bird, man, he got the teardrops on his face, you know what I'm saying? The blood affiliation, all that. He come across like the more, aggressive.
Yeah. Right. But they always say the quiet one gets the dangerous one. What the boy said, real bad boy hit hard and move silent. Can you picture a movie, Slim in a movie being a gangster behind the scene but calling all the shots, setting all the hits and got all the work? Well, that'd be gangster.
I want to take it back to the beginning, man. Like,
talk to me.
Well, this is what I want to ask you about. At one point in time, New Orleans was the murder capital. Mm-hmm. You were out. You weren't locked up during that time. Right. What I understand. And it's this famous saying of Soulja Slim referring to like how the city was crazy, and if you was off the porch, you was a gangster. I think like after '94, around '94, something like that.
Survived '94.
Yeah, he was a gangster. and I've watched multiple interviews from you where you mentioned like some incidents that happened in '94 in particular. I know you talked about, you even mentioned, earlier you've been shot multiple times. Well, I think it's an incident. I think it happened in '94 where you said you were at a fair at the Superdome when you were stabbed. I don't think I've seen you go into too much detail about that. Can you just take us back to the time and the circumstances behind that incident? Like what happened in '94 when you got stabbed?
Well, we were beefing with the Methamphetamine Project. And how we come up when we got beef, wherever we see our enemy, we call them enemy, but now they gotta call them op. So I'm gonna use their lingo now. But whenever we see the op, you take off right there. Like some guys they go with the gun, but they're not good with the hands. So in jail, you gonna learn how to fight, or you gonna be a chump. So how we come up, when we enemies, we in the club, or we in the fair, wherever we at the mall, we're gonna fight till we get to that tool. Or because too long now, we're gonna work. So it was one of those situations. It was OG Booby Black, Mosquito, one of the original Hot Boys, and myself. We were in the fair. They had a fair, Coca-Cola fair in the Dome back then. And I saw two of the guys at the milk that had hit up Disco, Killer Stone, their brother. And I went and I just stole off on one of them. And the other one, who saw me steal off on his partner, up a little steak knife and hit me right here.
Damn.
Hit me right here, man. And let me tell you what's crazy. This same one who hit me in my chest, I helped him fight in jail.
After that?
No, before that. He was my little homeboy in jail. See, this is how it go. Like, we got 3 projects in our ward. Magnolia, Cali, Milf. When we go to jail, we all stick together. Right? If the beef is not too bad, the homie gonna say, man, look, don't worry about that. Let's come together now because we got to go against the 9th ward or whatever other ward that's in here that's deep 7 or whoever deep. We got to come together. So that's what we do in jail. But at this time, I wasn't beefing with him, per se, So it was something went on in jail, and he got into a guy. Matter of fact, the guy's still living, and the guy reached out to me, cool guy too, kind of stocky. He was from Kenner. He kind of washed my homie up, so I had to jump in and help him fight. So, my homeboy, but on the streets now it's different because now it's like, we was cool in jail, you help me, whatever, we help each other out. But now, this is who I grew up for the sandbox with. This is what I'm running with, man. Ain't nothing going before that. Thank you about that jail stuff, but now we out here. So all that's over with, right? So, yeah, man, he hit me in the chest, and I didn't know I was stabbed in the chest at first. So he got his head down swinging, so we rumbling. When I seen him come back with the knife, I said, oh, he got, man, feet don't feel me. Now I'm trying to bail up out of there now. He hit me in the back in my next. Yeah, so, let me tell you what's crazy. So I'm trying to run to the front to get out of there now. The one I stole off on, he got the knife and he like, raw, come on. He ain't go to right now with a life sentence. Cold as soul, he's a cold soldier too. But he stabbed the knife, raw, come on. I'm like, whoa, I gotta run this way, right? So I go around, come around. Now there's a bunch of little females right there. I don't want to run out the Superdome now because I want the attention. So I raise my shirt up, and my wound is breathing, making this noise. The word, somebody's literally right here. And I fall down, all hurt, so they call the ambulance. Man, I'm doing this crazy because I got these girls that I want to, the girls to have some kind of sympathy for me.
Did it work?
No, them girls were screaming, high, running. Them girls don't worry about that. They put me down there, brought me to the hospital. My lungs had collapsed. Right after that, the one who stabbed me, he gets shot by somebody else, some other beef he had, and lose from his knee on down.
Oh, man.
But let me tell you what's crazy. So I'm going to the hospital, charity hospital, to get a checkup on, because I had staples in my head, like 24 staples, altogether 30-something staples going down my stomach.
After you got stabbed?
Right, because my lung collapsed. So, yeah, so,
you was going for a checkup, and you ran into him?
Yes. I come out the room, and it's a hallway. When I come out the room, he in a wheelchair, his mother standing next to him, and there's a man right here.
What's the odds of that?
Now I'm thinking I just walk up and slap him, right? But I was like, nah, his mother right there, I ain't gonna disrespect his mother, and I don't know who this man is. I could hardly walk myself, so he might be, you know, but, so when I come out with him, we lock eyes with each other. Yo, he asked me, hey, you alright? I look at his leg, yeah, I'm like, you alright? Because I can still walk, you know what I'm saying? Somebody set you down, you know? But we ain't, you know, that was it. I had never seen him no after that. And then he had got killed. Well, he had caught a murder case, got life, got the life sentence overturned. His co-defendant is still doing life, and he went home and got killed.
Man.
Yeah, he was a little soldier though.
Man, like when you go through a situation like that, is revenge on your mind? At that time? Like when you go through it, like, when somebody, stab you. You know what I'm saying? They still around.
Yeah, because it's gonna be, because New Orleans is small, it's a little bold. So when someone stab you, that's gonna spread like wildfire.
Oh.
So now people like, what he gonna do now? Oh yeah, he met his man, he think he tough, or you know what I'm saying? So you got to go, because if you don't, now what's gonna happen to the hyenas, all parts of the city, if you get money, or they about to start putting up on you now, because man, you a chump. You around here faking, man. You ain't, oh boy, did you this? You might well come here, pop your side, let me go in your pocket too. You let them punk you. You know, so back then we all were young, so we had, BG said it better, retaliation is a must. You had to retaliate, man, or you're going to be looked at like you soft. So I'm representing the Magnolia Project. My project name ringing. We got to go, man.